without strain or struggles that we've been experiencing.
Now, the latest drive by the government towards privatization of state-owned enterprises has seen the establishment of Infrastructure Fund, a company which will hold the money generated from government selling its stakes. Now, what does the establishment of this fund imply? KTN's Noakip Kemboy expounds.
The recent cabinet approval of the National Infrastructure Fund is part of the government's 5 trillion shilling transformative agenda. The establishment of the fund comes at a time the government is on high gear to privatize commercially viable state-owned entities.
For decades, Kenya has privatized major public assets, from Kenya Airways to Kengen, from Kenya Re to Safaricom. Yet, we cannot point to enduring national assets built from privatization proceeds because the funds were absorbed into budgets and spent. The National Infrastructure Fund will break this cycle.
Proceeds from privatization will be placed as seed money in the National Infrastructure Fund, de-risking and inspiring investors from the private sector to join in.
Now, this company will be the one now charged with the responsibility of helping to crowd in the private sector investment into the public infrastructure projects, like the institutional investors, pension funds, insurance funds, and other individuals who have resources to come and invest here. Okay. This fund will help to de-risk the investment in the public infrastructure project. All right. Once you put money there, then the responsibility of this company will be extensive. It is not just having the money. The design of projects, the fundraising for the projects, the implementation of the projects will now be given to this company, because again, private capital fears bureaucracy. If you subject them to government bureaucracy, they will take off.
Innovative as the fund is, experts argue that it is a symptom of Kenya's high-risk business environment.
It means that doing business in Kenya is very risky. So I think that's the underlying factor they should actually be looking at. Why is it that so many investors want to put in money in your infrastructure, in your Mau Summit Road? You know, that road, the traffic on that road should be able to pay you back. So why do investors insist on having a separate fund to be able to de-risk it? It means the aspects of doing business in Kenya, the appearance of doing business in Kenya, to many investors, Kenya still remains a very risky place to be.
Economist Ken Gishinga argues that there is need for a larger cross-sectoral reform to make it attractive for private investors.
How come in the past, many people, if you go back to 20 years, people used to invest in these things without asking for de-riskment? And why is it now that everybody needs, and that's what we need to do. It means our court systems, and people don't feel like if they go to court, if the government does not approve in their way, they will not be able to get there. And we've already seen stories in the papers where I don't know which entity has gone to court and they will not be able to get how much they invested back. That's one of the issues. So I think that's the fundamental thing. How do we make the business of Kenya so attractive?
The government recently raised 244 billion shillings from selling its 15% stake in Safaricom and plans to raise over 100 billion shillings in Kenya pipeline privatization later this year.
Right now, Kenya's last mile transport sector could